let's zoom in on the FEU Tamaraos and talk about one of the players to watch out for, especially in this matchup. I'm referring, of course, to Nestor Molate.
That's right, Nestor Molate, a very exciting player to watch. And he's relatively a new name, but he scores a lot. Again, in that first match, 25 points, 21 attacks, and he is ranked 6th right now when it comes to that scoring department. His averages right now are 13.3 points per game, 3.6 per set, 10.6 coming from the attacks, and again 2.8 attacks per set. And definitely a player to watch out for in this series against Ateneo. I'm sure Ateneo is also wary of Nestor Molate and expecting to be a very tightly guarded man in today's match.
And there he is, Nestor Molate. We've been seeing him during the warps, and boy, he is a high flyer. So watch out for some really exciting, exhilarating spikes. Now on the other side, let's talk about the best player for Ateneo, the tallest player as well at 6'4".
That's right.
Playing in his final season, 4th-year med student, AJ Pareja.
AJ, of course, it doesn't hurt if you're 6'4", but with the experience he brings to this team, he's the team captain. He's been playing for 5 years, and AJ definitely has, of course, wants to make a good exit as it's his last year for the Ateneo squad, and it was their first final appearance last year, so it was a very memorable year for them last year, and they built up on that. They held on to that, and right now they are back in the final for AJ Pareja. Definitely a vital cog in the line of Ateneo.
Ateneo's first appearance was just last year in the Final Four of the volleyball tournament.
That's right. After a long dry spell, if you may call it that, they had actually 9 consecutive seasons without a winless season, and they just came out of last year getting into the Final Four for the first time, and these boys love that feeling, I'm sure, and now they're back and up against a very seasoned a team such as FEU, who has a very rich championship tradition here in the UAAP. They are really they're really up against a very difficult opponent, a matchup against FEU. But you know, this Ateneo squad, like what I said, I want to stress it again. If you talk about the team that is peaking at the right time here in the men's division, Ateneo would get my vote.
It is a mystery how and, you know, how they did it, how they turned everything around from a 2-5 start to a 6-1 second round in the eliminations. It is indeed a marvel that Ateneo was able to do that. But let's see if they can continue the winning streak here in the Final Four.
That's right, but to get the facts straight, remember, FEU has the twice-to-beat advantage, so this match is really an important one for Ateneo. If they want to win today, I would think that they would want to win this in 3 or 4. They can't let it go to 5.
FEU, one of the winningest universities in the UAAP, 24 championships, if I'm not mistaken. And the first 12 was won consecutively.
That's right, and that was in the early 60s. So a lot has changed, no? But FEU definitely always there. And like what I mentioned, it was just last year that they did not make it to the Final Four. And remember, they had a strong lineup 2 years ago, and they lost a lot of key players such as Mabayad, and they didn't make it to the Final Four. But this year they have built a very formidable team, and like what you said, with that military training that they employ, it has paid dividends. They ranked second, and that was enough to get them that twice-to-beat advantage for this season.
Tip too strong for Avila. That's an easy point for Ateneo. He has the lead by 2 right now, 3-1 in set number 1.
Teves now serving, and we know Teves to be a very effective outside hitter. He's very high, and his jump serve, look at that. I think he mistimed everything.
Yeah, the toss was awkward, and he had to chase after it, and he was leading way too much forward. That's why the ball went out of bounds.
Wow, adrenaline really pumping up these players right now.
And it is, of course, you know, an added factor that TV coverage starts or begins today in the men's tournament.
The men's division,
How much more pressure does it add in with now these these players know that, they are being scrutinized by millions of people watching all over the Philippines.
Well, during my time, sanay ako sa No, I'm just joking, but for these players right now, we see these players really watch when it's the women's turn to play, and I'm sure they see how the crowd reacts and how the fans react to the place, and I'm sure they also want to get their chance. And now that's a chance. Now they're at the center stage and at the limelight, so these games really mean a lot to them, to their families, and of course to their respective schools. So it's now the men's turn, and we're going to see a lot of exciting action, a lot of combination plays, especially when you've got 6'4 players, 6'2 players just jumping like 40 inches.
About 40 inch vertical leap. Wow. And Alcalde, 2 consecutive points for FEU. As Pareja, you saw scoring earlier for Ateneo. 2 best players got to come with their A-game today.
That's right. Pareja is actually the #1 ranked player when it comes to attack percentage. He's a middle attacker, and whenever he gets the shots, he scores more than 50% or has a 50% batting average. That's very excellent for a middle attacker.
Very simple play for Intal there.
That's right.
FEU could not cope to the speed and the height of the hit.
Very athletic Intal. Good defense for Ateneo, keeping it alive. There we go. That's the advantage of having a left-handed setter.
That was Bill Ocampo.
That's right. Look at this, Peterson Ocampo not waiting to set it up. Took that option of hitting it straight into Ateneo and caught Ateneo's defense off guard.
For a lot of people who watch the women's tournament and now are tuning into the men's tournament, Ian, could you say that the men's tournament players here are more versatile than because even the spikers can hit from the outside?
That's right. You're going to see in the men's division some plays that you think would be impossible already for the women's to save, and the men's division just find a way to set it up, even if it's from the corners of the court being more athletic, and the game is just quicker in the men's division. It's so nice to watch it live. If you have a chance to go to the arena, it's both men's and women's. Perfect time to go here.
Ateneo on top by 2-8-6 here in set number 1. Here in set number 1 in the first Final Four match in the men's volleyball tournament of season 72 of the UAAP. It is Ateneo taking on FEU number 3 and number 2 respectively in the standings. Let's send it over quick side to Ateneo, and this report by Chris Ateneo.
This could be their last game for this season. The boys plan to prolong their stay and overcome FEU's twice-to-beat advantage. Hindi na namin ito papahawalan, says Coach Timmy. He also adds, we'll make sure na tama lang ang galawan namin. Their game plan for today. First, the reception and service as their strength. They have to maximize receiving and serving properly. Second, do what you have to enjoy the game no matter how pressured you are. Lastly, FEU is a strong team. Kailangan natin tapatan ang floor defense nila at usutan ang mga blockers. Eric and Duckian.
Thank you, Tiff. Indeed, their backs are against the wall. There is going to be no tomorrow for Ateneo if they do not come away with a W against FEU today.
That's right. And Coach Tim said was right. They got to match up with the very quick and scrappy defense of FEU. It's not enough that they have AJ Pareja right there in the middle for the offense and the blocking, but that time he made sure that ball didn't go through. But the floor defense of Ateneo also has to back that up. FEU has excellent floor defense, and they've got to match it if they want to, win today and extend this series to another one next game day.
So far, Ateneo's defense been pretty tight, Ian. They have indeed blocked several shots, but not at that time.
That was against Molate. And Ateneo failed to cover Molate. Remember, he is the #1 attacker from FEU, and whenever he's in the front line, he should be, attracting those blocks from Ateneo.
Send them everyone. Send them all 6 guys.
That's right.
Molate.
The Ocampo with a set, and oh, what a save!
And Tevez keeps it alive. Flores with the soft touch. Here comes Alcarte. Excellent floor defense from Ateneo so far. Avila to Alcarte again. There was connection from blockers to the ball, and Ateneo Rivera could not save it. Let's listen over to FEU's game plan here as we talk to Maan Pangaliban.
Yes, Eric, they missed the Final Four last year, and after securing that twice-to-beat advantage for this series, you will bet that they will strive even harder to make it to the championship. Yes, the season's champion, and that is the only thing that they have in mind right now after finishing 6th last season. Well, Coach George Pasco said his team is very well disciplined. Yes, you mentioned it, having a military type of training. Well, from day one, their training is twice every day, and get this, that's from Monday to Saturday. And according to Coach, Sunday is their rest day, and by rest day, he actually meant a 5 a.m. road run at CCP and then a little bonding session afterwards. That's a cute concept of a rest day. And in today's game, the team is positive that they will play very well. And very well in FEU means finishing off the series today. Rest assured that they won't underestimate their opponents, but expect FEU to focus more on what they have, which is blocking, service reception, and floor defense, as Tiff said. And of course, they will try to shut down Ateneo's AJ Pareja. With his attack percentage, we can let him get the best of us. And Ian?
Thank you, Maan. 5K on rest day. I just did 5K today on my intense day.
Well, people have different standards.
Mine is obviously pretty low compared to Arias.
Well, twice a day training up to Saturday, and on a Sunday as a rest day, you take that morning jog, if you want to call it that, at a CCP.
Now, you were a player before, Ian.
Yeah.
How is that training like? Is that very intense already by player standards?
Oh yeah, we used to train before just once a week. that was on a game day. Just joking, but that training schedule has really, shown how it is done right now. Times have changed, and like biometrics and all of that. It's incorporated right now. A lot of cardio being put in these new teams, the teams that play right now, and 2 times a week was unknown to us before.
And that is why you realize that, according to Maan, FEU finished 6th last season. And remember, there are only 8 teams in the UAAP, so finishing 6th is like almost dead last.
That's right.
And now coming back and being number 2.
Yeah.
You see how the training has paid off for FEU.
Obviously. Kumbaga, talagang tinamaan sila, no? Dun sa last year's position nila to end that 71st season, and they took it to heart to improve for this year, and they're going to try to be like that. I guess that.
They're trying to avoid the 3 a game training.
And si George Pasco, kasabay ko yan, si Coach George, kasabay ko yan, and I know he's a very intense player, and he wants to show his players that if you want to get somewhere or achieve something, you got to work hard for it, and they've done it for this year.
So far, though, Ateneo looking good here in set number 1. They're up by 3, 15-12.
Ateneo's playing it smart. They're playing the FEU block pretty well, hitting it off the block, not forcing the issue, and playing excellent defense.
Not to mention offense as well.
That's right. Intal just heads up against the FEU block, starting again that time to do it.
16-12, 4 points advantage in set number 1 for Ateneo. Welcome back to the coverage of the Final Four of the men's volleyball tournament of season 72 of the UAAP. Ateneo, the number 3 seeds, are looking good here in set number 1, up by 4, 16-12, and they get a free ball from FEU.
He stands around 5'8", but with the way that he jumps, he's like shoulders up against the net.
Look at his replay. Very athletic.
Look how high this guy goes. Wow. And that was against 2 guards of FEU. Didn't mind him.
Del Campo sets it up. Alcarte.
There you go. This guy, Alcarte, plays volleyball as an all-around player and is a good opposite to Molate. Now it's Molate in the front and Alcarte serving.
So it's like FEU didn't lose anything when it comes to firepower here. Jump serve by Alcarte. They go to Teves again. Ateneo's milking their point squad for now.
Very nice set to Teves.
Del Campo picks it up. Molate. That is too wide. But apparently there is a question on Ateneo's end. Check ball. It's called in volleyball.
Intal tried to get away with one. Looking away from the referee as the call is being made.
Eagle eyes by our officials here. Excellent serve by Alcante. Nobody was in the middle. Asking foul, kicked it in.
That has been doing the damage from the middle and from that running spike going to the back. He's really improved a lot from his performance last year. Now it's more stable, more reliable, a lot more consistent. And he's going into the game. So it's so fun to watch Joel right now.
Alcante going from the back, not as effective as FEU wanted it to. That is sent long, and he sent it over to George Pascua of FEU.
Tapos na 15 lang. So lahat ng pinuntos natin, pinuntos sila, error lang natin. Boys, kailangan masustain lang ng errors natin. Kailangan lang mabawasan ng errors natin. O nagkamali, balik agad. Ang kalaban, drop lang. Diba? Mas mahirap ang ginagawa niyo during training, boys. Ano dito sa malakas? Kaya naksi sarili mo. Ha? Focus lang, concentrate lang. Bravo, eh. Ang baba lang ka na. Kailangan porsentual lang, Petros, kung saan tayo pumapatak tayo. Pumorsyento ka.
Coach George Pascua telling the boys that Ateneo is +5 right now. And let's be more relaxed. That's right. Apparently they're playing a lot more tense right now than they usually do.
I agree, and a sign that they're really tense is that if you don't get to pick up drop balls, in drop balls kasi parang napapako ko sa you're expecting all strong hits from Ateneo and you're not loose enough to pick up those drop balls. Coach Pascua egging on the boys to play more relaxed.
And again, Teves with the damage. As he hits it off the blockers and in. Now Ateneo pulling away here, up by 6 in set number 1. This is almost an insurmountable lead with the way FEU is playing and with the way Ateneo is playing as well.
Yung depensa ng Ateneo ang blocking. Now it's an easy over.
And Vistali with a tip. That's it. Great defense by FEU that time. Teves. That is unstoppable for Ateneo.
And look at the blockers of FEU just wondering how Teves got that ball through there.
Seems to me like Teves is actually spiking the ball out of bounds already.
That's right.
He is sending the ball intentionally out of bounds, and the blockers are falling into that ploy and trying to catch up with the ball.
That's right. Look at the defense of Ateneo, just well set up.
Airtight. That's what it is, but number 10 from Ateneo, that's Sandoval, unable to get it across the net.
Sandoval, J.A. Sandoval tried to drop it to the right side of the blockers. He had the right thing in mind, but he played it too close to the net.
That's how tight the plays have to be in the men's tournament for you to score a point.
Even the circulates of FEU. Wow, that's number 14. Petros Casero del Campo.
Nothing going right for the number 2 seeds.
That's right, giving charity points to a team who's up by 7.
FEU not playing like the FEU people know them to be.
That's right. A bit tense. They're a bit stiff in their... And I'm sure AJ would want to watch the replay. And that hits for Coach Tim. He brought in Herrera to serve, and again a service error. Wow. FEU breaking down here the first.
At least in set number 1, he's already sitting down. He's been standing up the entire set number 1.
Another service error. That's his second for Teves. It was just a regular serve for him. He normally does that jump serve, but that really did not give the the first time he tried it. Just an ordinary serve, but still too long.
Sinigurado niya, wala pa rin. the finishing touches in set number 1 as Ateneo is now at set point. There's a timeout on the floor called by FEU. Let's listen in.
Forget about that. Kailangan lang natin magtrabaho. Kailangan natin mag-usap kasi nagkakaroon tayo ng problema. So, kung hindi natin gagawin ang dapat gawin para tayo manalo, hindi tayo mananalo, huwag nang tayo sa kasama natin. Boys, ang kalaban, hindi ganun kalakas ang palo. Kailangan lang synchronize ang galaw. Kailangan lang sumunod lang kayo sa defense pattern natin. Pag nakuha natin, dahan-dahan lang, huwag nyo mamadaliin. Hindi tayo magmamadali, boys. Kailangan lang concentrate, kailangan lang tulong lang sa kasama. Kailangan control, lang. Tatapos yan.
FEU's offense has never faltered in set number 1. It is their defense that broke down, especially the middle to late part of the first set.
That's right. And Coach Pascua said a good point. No? They are not controlling the pace. Nagmasyado silang nagmamadali. Sumasabay sila doon sa bilis ng Ateneo, and that is really giving them a hard time right now. Masyadong madali yung mga plays nila. Like Ateneo, they're just controlling the pace. If they want to send it to the outside, back quick, middle quick. Look at that block.
Well, Pareja was there. Pareja blocks it again, but this time it goes out of bounds.
Again, AJ Pareja is the senior captain of the squad on his 5th and final year. Getting another taste of Final Four action.
There just finding the corner, and Ateneo closes out set number 1 in fashion here, and with a statement, 25-18, number 3 seeds, winning set number 1 over the number 2 seeds.
That's right, we've seen that happen.
We'll take a break. More men's Final Four action when we come back. Number 1 ends 25-18 in favor of the number 3 seeds. Ateneo doing a pretty good job against the twice-to-beat FEU Tamaraos. And it's just the start of an exciting volleyball afternoon. Take a look at some of the highlights here. Both teams started off pretty well, but Ateneo's defense just stood out from the first serve until the last serve.
That's right.
Number 1.
That's right. FEU not playing as twice to beat or having that twice to beat advantage. And Ateneo, what was nice about them is that they controlled it right from the start. They were able to set up their quick plays, their running plays, and their outside hits. Especially Teves scored a lot, and that was what it made. That was really the advantage that Ateneo had. And FEU just tried to keep up, and they lost track of what they did, what they do good, and that is their defense. Nawala, sabi nga ni Coach George Pascua, tayo lang din ang nagbibigay ng problema sa sarili natin. And sabi nga niya, mahina naman yung opensa ng Ateneo, but still, it was good enough for Ateneo to get that first set win. Ateneo scoring 14 points, only 11 for FEU, and in the previous games that they had, FEU had a lot more attacks, especially in the first set. 2 blocks for Ateneo, and that is again another department that FEU normally controls, and unforced errors, FEU having 9 and 6 for Ateneo. So that was a very, very good way for Ateneo to start off this series with FEU, and FEU feeling the pressure, I would say, Eric, here in this match with Ateneo.
Like what George Pascua, the head coach of FEU, said, FEU's playing the Ateneo game.
Yes, yun eh. Parang sabi niya, nadadala tayo and we're losing track of what we do, how we synchronize our defense. Hindi naman kalakasan yung palo. But sabi niya, kung hindi niya pagtatrabahuan, hindi natin makukuha tong panalo na to.
Sabi niya nga kanina, in case you just tuned in, folks, nabanggit pa nga ni Coach George Pascua na yung practice natin mas mahirap pa dito.
Yeah, that's right.
Let's see if FEU turns it on here in set number 2, because they've got to, although they do have that twice-to-beat advantage. I mean, they lose today, they can still come back and, fight for it the next day. But the momentum shift will be a huge deal, especially for Ateneo.
That's right, and it's a known fact that Ateneo has shown that they can definitely beat FEU because they did that in that second round. So, papakasigurado itong FEU with that twice-to-beat advantage. At this point, the way things are going, I think it doesn't mean anything to this Ateneo squad.
And remember, Ateneo is the team that, just also turned it on in the second round of eliminations. After finishing 2-5 in the first round, they almost swept all their 7 games, save for one.
UST.
Save for UST. They beat everybody else in the second round of eliminations.
Look at that, Sandoval against a triple block. Look at this wall by FEU. Those are 3 guys, but just look how Neves just, yung legs ni Neves parang Air Jordan, di ba? Kita mo parang Air Jordan dun sa net eh. Ganun kataas naman itong batang to.
Unfortunately, yung he's been struggling with the serve. Actually, 2 service errors in set number 1 and 1 here in set number 2.
Now, he sends it short. Yung dati, umaabot na yata sa bleacher. That's one department that he needs to work on.
Oh, Pareja is blocked.
Yeah, that set was low for Pareja.
On the other side, an awesome spike by Flores.
And Coach Pascua signaling to the boys. It was so obvious that that ball was going to descend to the outside. Kung sa balikat pa lang nung attacker, hindi nila nabasa na itatapo na talaga palabas. I think that is the strategy right now of Ateneo.
So for the people who are trying to cope with the speed of men's volleyball, there are some spikes intentionally palabas na papaluin. Huwag mo nang habulin.
That's right. A lot of times it's done that way. Oh, this is for AJ.
Nagagawan si Flores and Pareja right there. Ateneo picks this one up. Flores. Let's listen in to Maan Panganiban.
Yes, Eric, if Coach George will make a roll call reviewing that first set, he will be just frustrated. Well, service reception is absent, service is absent, the attack is really absent, floor defense, well, clearly not there, and blocking, well, it went Ateneo's way over the first set, and we can't win without those elements. According to Coach George, what's lacking in the first set is adjustment. If we're surprised with how Ateneo played, let's surprise them too. And Coach George gave their setter, Paulo de Ocampo, the go signal. Diskartehan mo lahat ng plays, huwag kang ma-pressure sa amin. And evidently, Ateneo used their blocks to their advantage. Mas magandang maaga na nating nalaman para magamot natin agad.
Thank you, Man. It seems to me like watching this second set, very early part, it seems to me Ateneo's playing very, very smart.
Very
they
smart.
are versatile. They are changing it up all the time while FEU is struggling to cope. And FEU, like what was noticed in set number 1, is very, very tense. They are, I guess, too excited.
Yeah. It's obvious that Ateneo is just playing so relaxed, feeling no pressure at all. Look at that, Labrador. That set wasn't even meant for him. And he lost focus on the play and didn't allow that ball to go up higher for that differential attacker to hit. Look at how Ateneo is
very solid defense. Too wide for Flores though, as he tried to make a cut shot. Ateneo, after trailing by as much as 2 points here in set number 2, is now on top by 2, 6-4. And going back to that report by Maan Panganiban, everything was almost absent for FEU in set number 1. Let's see if, the real FEU shows up here in set number 2.
Poor defense there by AJ Pareja, sending that ball over. And in the men's division, that's suicide.
That's like you put the point right there on the scoreboard yourself.
Ikaw na mismo ang pumunta sa scoreboard.
Flores has been the man designated to make the hits for Ateneo this time. Alcalde chasing after the set. That was a bit too far.
Alcalde hitting it straight into the antenna.
Here's our Shakey's Grand Slam block. Shakey's serving the world's greatest pizza for 35 years. Alcalde skies high. There it is.
That was above the block of Intal. Wow. Bumawi agad. Look at how high this guy goes. Look at Alcalde. Full swing. Look at that.
I know height says Alcalde. Here's Intal trying to get one back.
Oh, that was going to the outside.
Flores.
He misread that one.
Alcalde.
Oh, outside.
Goes too long this time.
Nanggigil.
Ateneo still maintaining that slim 2-point advantage. 8-6 in set number 2. AJ Pareja and the Blue Eagles so far playing their game, but FEU trying to impose their will, at least here in set number 2. Here's our Shakey's fast serve. Shakey's serving the world's greatest pizza for 35 years. An official turned the buzzer on as Ateneo seems has committed a violation.
And I think they have put in the wrong server as Coach Tim Santo Tomas pleads his case to the officials' table.
Wow, so after the timeout, a free point awarded directly to FEU. And they've been stepping it up early here in set number 2. Alcalde has gotten some good points.
Oh, yeah, good place.
So let's see if that sparks, the morale of FEU. They can turn things around in set number 2. Good afternoon, folks. Thanks for tuning in to us on Studio 23. This is the first of 2 men's Final Four matches. Wow, Molate with the after stare.
That's right. Giving AJ Pareja the look.
Best player to best player.
Yeah.
Shakey's fast serve. Shakey's serving the world's greatest pizza for 35 years. That was Alcalde serving it up for FEU. Tevez, great pickup by Alcalde. Ortega sets it up. Pintal fires one. That is wide point for FEU. And now
FEU moving a lot better.
FEU is on top as well. They've moved ahead in the scoreboard 9-8. Seems like we're going to be in for a long one here, Ian. And Pareja couldn't pick it up on the easy serve by Alcalde. And now FEU is on a roll. They have a 2-point lead. Let's listen to Ateneo.
Para wala makapag-penetrate na tayo, nag-iingay sila na tapatan natin. Tama ko lang. Chance mo lang yung service nila. Pasukan nyo, huwag masyado kong matras. Pantay kayo masyado sa likod eh. Pero pag mas easy lang po. Paano mo na, huwag masyado. Tara. Guys, 2 points tayo. Ligit tayo. Sa receiver sa magandang atake, guys. Kaya natin.
Just tighten it up defensively is what Coach Tim Santo Tomas is asking. Ateneo. They were too backed up during the serve of Alcalde. And sabi niya naman, top spin lang, medyo mahina, hindi ganun kalakas. So, angat kayo ng konti.
That's right. Remember, Coach Tim was part of the lineup. He played with these guys last year, and he's a very young coach. And look at the way he called that timeout. He just hung on like he was a regular player to the other players on the court. So, Coach Tim getting the instructions through the players, I'm sure.
And for more about Ateneo, let's send it over to Tiff Atendido.
Yes, Eric, that pull away by the Blue Eagles over the last set will surely give way for FEU to fight and seek for revenge. With that said, Coach Timmy reminded the boys to maintain their performance. Gawin lang natin ang lahat ng tama. Keep your focus at magtiwala lang sa sarili. We have an advantage already, pero mahaba pa tong laro. Let's still give it our all. Lastly, wag na hayaan pang makahabol ang kalaban, but let's enjoy. Smile naman, may camera eh. Eric and Doc Ian.
Thanks, Tiff. There you go. The players realizing that, hey, we've got TV coverage again.
Boys are just giving it their all for this match.
But right now, here in set number 2, FEU taking control. They are up by 2, 11-9. Make that 11-10 off the service ace.
Excellent serve from Ortega. The setter from Ateneo came from De La Salzabal High School.
Ateneo down by 1. Stealing set. Ooh, Molate.
Again, Intal not recognizing Molate in the front line. He's going to get most of the sets. And to leave Molate open with a single block coverage, it's going to be a true point all the time for
12 serving 10. Ortega with an underhand set. A free ball now for FEU. Molate on top of the blockers. And FEU now starting to play their game.
That's right.
Let's see how Ateneo adjusts here as FEU becomes more aggressive and their plays become more varied.
Petrus de Ocampo, the setter, with that left-handed serve.
Rejected, and Ateneo's floor defense absent in that sequence.
No coverage whatsoever. FEU getting a good block on Sandoval, but that ball could have been picked up by Tevez or Intal or even Ortega.
That was our Shakey's grand slam block. Shakey serving the world's greatest pizza for 35 years. Intal is rejected this time by a lone man, Molate. What a play for Nestor Molate.
Look at this Molate single block.
Shakey's grand slam block. Shakey serving the world's greatest pizza for 35 years. And Molate is on a roll here. He's been scoring offensively and defensively for FEU. Excellent save by the libero of FEU. A free ball for Ateneo. Ortega.
Powerful block. Oh, that ball did not go over the net as referee Giorgio Hugo, our first referee, signals that ball going FEU's way.
Wow, 6-point advantage for FEU. 16-10 in set number 2. 16-10, a very solid lead for Far Eastern University, the number 2 seeds, with a twice-to-beat advantage against the number 3 seeds, Ateneo, the team that won set number 1.
Ateneo has slowed down the pace here in the second set. Oh, nice set.
Wow. The Ocampo really showing some serious and mean center skills here.
That's right. Ang hirap nun. Tinapon sa naka-de-4 pa sa ere. Kung pwede lang magkakapukas.
Kulang nga na yung kape.
Yung kape. Tsaka yung biskuit. Pwedeng-pwede na. Uy! But De Ocampo hitting it into the net.
Well, I'm pretty sure after that excellent back set, he gets a little bit of leeway with a service error.
Ang sarap ulit-ulitin, ano? Pero
Beliran is blocked. No way that ball getting through Sandoval and Pareja.
Pareja, with Pareja in the middle right now. He's now back in the front line.
Take a look at our Shakey's grand slam block. Shakey's serving the world's greatest pizza for 35 years. Beliran tries again. Soft touch this time. Sandoval will be the setter for this. Tevez off the blockers.
Tevez,
smart play.
Just targeting the hands of the FEU blockers.
Let's listen in to FEU.
Diba? So, backward ka, takbuhin mo doon, abang ka rito, Mig. Walang block. Palingo. Ha? Palingo. Sana yung bala ninyo, inaabang ng dulo-dulo. Pag-alanganin, drop mo na sa gitna. Drop mo sa gitna. Okay? Kailangan yung bola nyo, doon lang sa alanganin ng pwesto ng tao, huwag itatapat doon sa mismong tao. Okay? Pass play tayo. Pass play.
And George Pascua calling a timeout, trying to correct some minor errors that he's seeing because Ateneo is making a run here.
That's right. And Coach George setting up a play. He wants to stop this run of Ateneo and he wants the pace to be a bit faster. Now, tingnan natin if the FEU players can follow through.
Molate punishing that ball.
And exactly the play that Coach George drew up. Molate, there's a fake in the back wing and Morate running for that running back, and it just was impossible for Ateneo to get a hand on that block.
18-13. Block on the tip by Sandoval. Ortega back set this time to Tevez. Blocked by Molate.
Oh, Molate just doing everything for FEU right now.
He's a one-man team, yes, for the Tamaraws. 19-13 FEU on top. Let's listen to Ateneo this time.
Kombinasyon mo lang. Ito mo lang, kombinasyon mo lang. Kahit sa transition, gawa mo ng chance ball. Ay, gawa mo ng... kombinasyon natin.
Hindi sila mag-25.
Kapitan natin. Kapitan natin. 2-1 na yan, guys. Tara, kaya natin yan. Tara, kuha tayo dito. Kunin natin ito. Tara, guys, 2-1 na. Kuha tayo.
Coach Tim Santo Tomas trying to break the momentum of FEU with the timeout and just giving some motivational words to the Blue Eagles.
Coach Tim was an excellent player during his UAAP years, and I remember him being one of the more dependable hitters for Ateneo, like what Tevez is doing, hitting it off the block, getting those combination plays on the run, and it's so nice to see him now as the coach of Ateneo.
That was a botched play that Pareja made good of with a tip.
Pareja, whenever he's in front, you've got to always think, if you're FEU, that it's going to be given to him. Whether it's a quick play or a high set, Pareja always a threat. Oh, this is too easy.
And Molate is everywhere on the court. Blocking, hitting left, right, from the back. Doesn't matter.
That was just a giveaway for Molate. I don't know why the Ateneo block was even late for that one.
That's our Shakey's slow-mo. Shakey serving the world's greatest pizza for 35 years. Oh, that was right off the line from Molate. Molate is unstoppable here. He's a scoring monster for FEU in set number 2.
The monster just woke up here in the second set.
Two service aces back-to-back for Nestor Molate. Somebody stop the man.
Wow. He's doing it all for the FEU Camerals right now. And I just want to see the stats of this guy after the second set.
That's our Shakey's fast serve. Shakey's serving the world's greatest pizza for 35 years. And now Ateneo's just breaking down. They can't seem to get anything right. No reception. Even their offense has gone away. And FEU just 2 points away from tying it one set apiece here in this first Final Four matchup in the men's volleyball tournament. That time around, Molate sends it out of bounds.
Even Molate in his serve has halftime. But ito parang binibiti. Nagpumopost pa muna bago. Ibang klase ito mga player natin.
FEU can afford to make some errors here as they are just on the brink of taking set number 2, while Ateneo, a mountain of a deficit to overhaul if they are looking to grab this set. But that's not going to help. Rivera inserted in set number 1 as a service specialist, botched that, and botches this one as well.
Wow, he is definitely going. He's going to get a long talk from Coach Santo Tomas after this one.
Set point for FEU.
That is too close
to the net.
Oh, that's outside.
Alcarte couldn't put it away. Tried for the wide angle, but he went just too wide.
That's right. Yan, medyo na ano siya ni Pareja, no? Na-distract ni Pareja, and FEU calling this timeout, wants to finish off second set.
Ganito ang play natin. Ikaw, dulo ka rito, nandun yung 4. Petros, nandito yung 4. Lab, takbuhan mo ron. Store, atake ka sa gitna. Okay? Backline, atake sa gitna. Sa gitna. Kasi, raraning dun si, magpapong-patong kayo. So, sa gitna ka. Ngayon, receivein muna natin. Okay? Receivein muna natin. And then, go tayo dun sa play. Pagka receive, labasan mo rito. Tumumba ka na lang. Ito,
Wow. It's a very... How should we call it? Ambitious play.
It's a complicated one.
Because they want Molate to hit from the back row.
Well, these plays are just day-to-day plays for these guys. If you jump 40 inches vertically, and let's see if they can just follow through. Maganda yung play na sineta.
What follow through? What play? De Ocampo says, ako naman. Set number 2 is closed out by the setter, De Ocampo, disregarding the play called by George Pasqua, which had...
Ang haba nung instruction.
Simulate hitting from the outside. So we're tied. 1 set apiece. Ateneo taking set number 1. FEU taking 1 back in set number 2. minimum four-setter in the first match of this men's Final Four. Ateneo seeded number 3, FEU seeded number 2, and both teams have already one set apiece. Take a look at some of the highlights of set 2.
That's right. Ateneo just let FEU pull away by as much as 6-7 points at the midway portion of this second set, and that was enough to get FEU back on track. And Molate just that's the story of the second set.
Somebody let him loose.
Yes, that's right. Cut off the chains and just let this guy loose. When it came to his serve, how many service aces are 3 or 4? The attacks, he had a lot of outside hits, running hits from the middle, also offensive blocking, scoring around 4 or 5 points from that offensive block. And again, that story of the second set, all Molate, of course, Arcaide was there, and also Teocampo, the setter, who actually finished off that second set. But for Ateneo, they completely missed out what they did well in that first set, which was their defense and their blocking. So we're going to look at FEU having 11 attacks in the second set. That's their normal output. Ateneo with 7 serves, 3 aces, and I think all those 3 came from Molate, and 1 for Ateneo. A lot of service errors for Ateneo. Teves with 1 and Rivera also having 1. Unforced errors. FEU has limited their errors in the second set, only 7, and Ateneo with 8. So this third set, very crucial. Whoever wins this one would most likely get the momentum going to the 4th or even the 5th set.
And I'm looking forward to set number 3, Ian, because of the fact that it seems to me like Ateneo, heated up in set number 1. Now FEU heated up in set number 2. Now both teams have their rhythm, have their groove. Set number 3 is up for grabs. Yeah,
uminit na pareho. Tama ka na kumbaga nagkasukatan na ng first and second. Let's see who can, put those plays or do those plays into effect a lot better. FEU has shown that they can also get those combination attacks going for this match. Teves, again, that's the usual play we see from Teves.
You got to credit, first of all, the setter of FEU, Teocampo. He's done a splendid job varying it up.
That's right.
For the Tamaraos, confusing the offense or make that the defense of Ateneo. Here's Teocampo at work. The tip by Delira.
An excellent tip, just sending it just over the fingertips of the Ateneo blockers.
And it seems to me now here in set number 3 as we begin it that FEU is now playing more relaxed.
And they run around a lot. Parang nung first set, parang nakapako, no? Tamad kumilos, but that second set was a different one. Started to move around more, get that energy going.
Underhand set for Ateneo. Pareja. First time we've seen him really attack, and it pays off for him.
And that was from the outside. That just shows you how versatile this player is. Normally attacks from the center or running, but when the points are needed, he can attack from that outside position as well.
Oh, excellent digs by the Blue Eagles. Teocampo to the outside. Molate finds that opening again. He's been on rolls in set number 2.
Kanina pa yan.
Nestor Molate picking up where he left off as you take a look at this shaky slow-mo. Finding that opening in the defense of Ateneo. Pareja looking to become more aggressive here in set number 3.
If you're 6'4", you don't even need to jump to get a hold of that ball.
Let's see the game plan of FEU in set number 3 as we listen in to Maan Panganiban.
Yes, let's do that roll call again, Eric. Well, nothing much to say because everything is almost present in that second set that we saw. Well, from service aces to service reception to blocking and even in attacking, everything is present. Well, definitely a better set for the FEU Tamaraos, and it's a lighter feeling in the huddle, mind you. And according to Coach George, this is FEU's brand of volleyball. He also commended their setter for executing such smart plays and for stepping up as their leader on the court. And you know what? This is a very, very young team. They only have one graduating player, and that's Josh Alcarde. And he said this being her last playing year, he wants to experience a graceful exit with a championship in his pocket. Guys?
Thanks, Man. Well, very solid core for FEU then. Only Alcarde leaving the fold after this season.
Wow. Marami pang pahihirapan itong mga players ng FEU na to. Ooh, that's
going too high and too long.
That's right. Now they are being bothered with the block of Ateneo, just like what happened in the first.
Ateneo jumping quickly to the lead. They're up by 4-6-2 in set number 3.
Let's see if Molate will get a set, even though he's in the back row.
Alcarte tries again. The block is there from Ateneo. Alcarte tips it this time, and the net was touched by Ortega.
Ortega being too aggressive to block Alcarte.
And the new rules call that violation a net interference. Or interference with a net.
High touch.
Yeah. Not in touching the net. Pareja whacks that, but picked up by FEU's defense. And Labrador, was it? Yeah, with a finish.
Labrador going 1-on-1 against Pareja in the middle.
That's a problem with very complex plays here in the men's tournament. You don't even know who's hitting the ball anymore. Right? Everybody's flying around.
Yes, the height of the players just are too close to each other. I mean, when they jump, that is outside. Good read by Tevez.
Very good read. That was about 2 centimeters out.
Ibang tansyahan pag sa men's game because of the speed of the ball. Your reaction time is very limited and shortened. You've got to react very fast.
Alcarte. Easy pickup for Ateneo. Oh, Intal tripped, but he was still able to get it over the net. Alcarte putting some power in there. Intal underhand set too close to the net. Flores unable to go after it.
That's right. Intal failing to set it up properly for Flores.
Ateneo, though, still in the driver's seat. They're up by 2-7-5. Labrador is serving.
Oh, free ball.
The block was there from Ortega, but it went out of bounds. Point FEU.
That's right. Reception was bad, and Ortega telling his players, got to give it to me better if you want me to set it up.
FEU just down by 1 this time. Or make that... Yeah, FEU's catching up, but Ateneo with the comfort point there. And we get to the first technical timeout of set number 3. Ateneo on top, 8-6.
That's the UP men's team getting ready because they are up against the #1 seeded team, the UST Tigers, following this one between FEU and Ateneo.
So that's definitely a, not to miss TV. Alcarte with the point after the timeout, trying to straighten things out for FEU here. Let's listen in to Tiff Atendido.
Thanks, Eric. With an even playing field, Coach Simi pointed out during the second set, the boys missed out on service reception at ingay sa court. But he also pointed out that hindi necessary lang ingay sa court ay ang patulad ang kalaban. Gumawa lang tayo and keep your focus. Let's keep the intensity and momentum on our side. Although the team and coaching staff were still furious with some of the referees' calls earlier, the boys were asked na wag na muna isipin and keep their head in the game instead. Let's play smarter, work harder, and have more fun. Don't be too serious, guys. Eric Mazakian.
Thank you, Tiff. Indeed, as a player, tama yung sinabi ni Coach Tim Santo Tomas. Forget about the calls. It's not your business. It's the coaching staff's business to deal with the referees. You deal with the play on the floor. Oh, no coverage behind the blockers there. Flores too late to get the pancake save.
Dongkin now in the front line, getting that ball through the double block of Ateneo. And minsan yung mga ganun pa mahirap hulihin, no? Yung mga parang alanganin na hindi mo alam kung papalo yung malakas o mahina, just gets its way in the court.
Tevez is rejected this time, and now FEU has tied it up with Ateneo at 9 apiece here in set number 3. There is De Ocampo, the main setter of FEU, on our Shakey's fast serve. Shakey serving the world's greatest pizza for 35 years. Sandoval. for Ateneo. Here comes De Ocampo, the back set. Ooh! Wow, Beliran. Wow. He was outside the court already when he hit that ball and still was able to get it in.
And that was an excellent set from De Ocampo. Nadulas pa eh. Si De Ocampo ba yung bago na iset, but still an excellent set and a great hit.
You can see on the shaky slow-mo, Shaky serving the world's greatest pizza for 35 years. De Ocampo was already doing the limbo rock, right? He was bent backwards.
Look at Molate just getting off the block. Parang gustong baliin yung daliri ng block. Taas eh.
Such confidence in that young man, Nestor Molate. Yeah. Let's listen to Ateneo.
First ball lang. Magaan lang yung serve. Taas nyo lang. Gawa mo ng paraan lang. Dwayne, pag nakita mo yung blocker mo nandito nakadikit, cross court mo na. Ha? Kaya mo naman eh, kaya mo. Tara guys, tamang galaw lang. One good receive guys. Tara ha? Select. So tiwala sa kasama. Cover tayo. Tara. Isang receive. Go.
Coach Tim Santo Tomas calling the shots in the second half of the volleyball tournament of the men's division.
Yeah. And it was about this part of the set that FEU pulled away in that second set, and Coach Tim recognizing it might happen again, called an early timeout to stop that momentum of FEU. Excellent play by Teves. Good play. You know what? Teves was given the instructions, if you see that your blocker is blocked up to the antenna, no use for you hitting it down the line, which is the favorite spot of Teves to bring it to. And that time he saw one blocker up, again, brought it down the line and paid dividends.
Molate is just unstoppable. Nestor Molate stands 5'10", but when he jumps, he ends up like 6'7" or something. Just an amazing, athletic display here by this young man, Nestor Molate. FEU on top by 2, 12-10 here in set number 3. Both teams have one set apiece. That is what the one means in the middle of that tiny little graphic you have on your TV screens. Pareha, not really as aggressive, but as we hoped he'd be.
Yes.
Because we featured Nestor Molate, the main player for FEU, and he's been pouring in the points, really becoming aggressive. But Pareha has been taking it so far not as aggressively as he should, being the main player for Ateneo.
And again, it's the reception of Ateneo not working, and that's not a good sign, because Ortega cannot set up Pareha even though he's in the front line. Pareha would be a non-factor as what we're seeing right now.
Teves is blocked.
Look at Molate.
Molate is just exuding so much confidence right now that the rest of the team is just picking it up from him.
Yeah.
Shaky's grand slam block from Shaky, serving the world's greatest pizza for 35 years. Pareha. Let's see what he does. That is out of bounds. No touch or no check on any FEU player. So FEU with a huge advantage here at the break. 16-10 in set number 3. There is Mark Molina, the athletics director of FEU, on the right of your screens, and Emmanuel Fernandez, board member of Ateneo in the UAAP. Welcome back to the coverage of the first Final Four matchup. This is between the number 2 seeds with a twice-to-beat advantage, FEU, against the number 3 seeds, and second time that they've been to the Final Four this season. That's Ateneo. And FEU playing like the way they're seated here in set number 3.
That's right. Again, in control of the offense and in defense. And after that technical timeout, Pareha scoring 2 points right away. Ooh! What is wrong with the serve of Teves?
He really hasn't gotten the rhythm for that in this match. It's either long or short. Can't really get it in the middle. Molate, though, has been
Outside.
I was about to say on the mark.
Buti na lang mabagal ka magsalita eh.
Wow. Kahawa-hawa yung mga serve ng players. Let's see if Sandoval can drop the curse. 13 serving 17. De Ocampo to Labrador. The tip anticipated by Pareja. Beliran for FEU. Now here comes Flores. Going all the way to the back. Oh, nobody ready for that set.
Well, Beliran trying to be too ambitious on giving it to the quick player. Normally, pagka ganun free ball, gato muna lang sa outside hitter. And normally, the outside hitter expects that set. This is outside. Wow.
Nothing going right for Ateneo here as Sandoval getting the first serve in, but the second serve went out of bounds.
Sayang, these are bonus points for FEU that are really hurting Ateneo at this juncture of this third.
Oh. Beliran sends it out of bounds this time.
And Coach George Pascua unleashing a mouthwash.
I guess FEU should practice another, extra set just for serves.
Good block by Flores. Now it's a free ball.
The free ball. Ooh, tough chase. Good save by Intal. Flores flying in for that.
No check. Oh, there's a check. Yes, I think there was a check. The sound of the ball as it went off or as it crossed the net, it sounded as like there was a hand that was able to get a touch on that ball.
Take a look at that save first of Ateneo. Awesome defense. Let's see if there was a check ball. Hard to tell from that angle. FEU was blocked that time. Blocked again. Tenacious defense by Ateneo.
Intal making up for his errors on the earlier rotation when he was in front. Getting this block.
That's our Grand Slam block from Shaky. Shaky serving the world's greatest pizza for 35 years.
Kailangan ko ng leadership mo. Umpisahan mo. Andun yung maliit. Andun yung maliit. Hoy, Joshua. Joshua, kaya mo yun. Dahan-dahanin mo lang. Iseset mo lang ng dahan-dahan. Kailangan natin ng puntos. Para mamatay ang momento. Okay? Huwag kayo nagpakuya. Service natin. Okay?
Slimmest of leads, 1 point advantage for FEU, 18-17.
Is it as high as 5 points? No, just a couple of rotations ago, but now Ateneo just down by 1.
Pareja is going to be at the back row.
Oh, poor reception.
Alcarte is blocked by Intal and Ortega. That's out of bounds. Point for Ateneo. We're tied at 18-all.
No touch there. De Ocampo asking for a touch from the block, but the only thing that ball touched was the net. And we're tied at 18. Wow, what a turnaround again. Ang ganda ni serve.
Tough pickup for Molate. Here comes Alcarte. Ortega, underhand set, too close to the net. That joust won by Ateneo, but the ball is still alive. Flores off the blockers.
Now the hair of Flores hides where he wants to bring that ball. Look at that. How was he able to squeeze through that double block?
Through the eye of the needle.
Ateneo with the lead. Ooh, that hurts for Ateneo.
Not anymore. We're tied at 19-all. Pareja with a service error and apologizing to the bench quickly. Del Rosario getting ready to check in for Labrador.
Probably the service specialist for the cameras. Let's see if he can stand the pressure.
He gets it in. Intal.
There you go. Intal scoring both in the offensive attack and also in the blocking department.
Flores now serving for Ateneo. Alcarte flying in and gets the point for FEU.
That was a good reception to start that play off for FEU. And De Ocampo setting it to Kaide. There you go.
That is a problem when your serves are not loaded o hindi kamado tulad ng sinasabi nila rito. Napakadaling pick up for the other team and they can set it up a lot easier offensively. Deves.
Ooh, missing the line by a couple of pitches. Wow.
Now FEU on top by 1, 21-20. This is an Ateneo.
Guys, wala tayong problema doon. Guys, tara, usap lang tayo, usap lang. Ba't kasi masyado kayo nag-iipitan doon sa dulo? Marunong na rumisip to, marunong ka rumisip. Pag-iwalay kayo. Coveran natin yung malaking space, guys. Tara, one good receive lang, one good receive. One good play, Ed, one good play.
Magaan yung service. Receive lang natin ng maayos. Ed, set mo lang na maayos.
Set mo lang na maayos,
Ilan
guys.
spiker mo? Okay.
Gawa mo na parang. Gawa na ng parang.
Timeout was just to break the momentum of FEU by Coach Tim Santo Tomas of Ateneo.
And of course, Ed is the setter, Ortega, being instructed by Coach Santo Tomas. Na-diskartehan, you've got two spikers. You've got to get this point from FEU. Very crucial.
So it's a 1-point lead for the Tamaraos. Teves flying in, gets the point, and we're tied at 21 all.
Good job by the Ateneo squad. Again, following through the instructions of their coach.
Wow, Deves. Take a look at the height of that jump. Deves, he stands 5'6". Good serve by Ortega that time. Deves again. Soft touch. Molade picks it up. Underhand set. Ooh, right on the corner for FEU. That was the center, Del Campo,
right.
actually.
Remember, he's capable of doing that. He's a lefty. And he's another option for those last touch free balls.
22, serving 21. Deves again. Here comes Molate. Ooh! Almost an automatic point if you have Molate flying in.
Good defense by Del Campo.
Top set. That was all the way to the other side of the net. Shaky slow-mo. From Shaky, serving the world's greatest pizza for 35 years. FEU now on top by 2, 23-21. Going to be a free ball for the Tamaraos. Combination play from Beliran.
Wow, one of the few times you've seen FEU do a combination attack. And look at the players of the blockers of Ateneo. John,
Yeah, absolutely
nothing.
fooled. They took the bait, hook, line, and sinker. Here comes Teves. Fires one in.
They needed that badly.
FEU now at set point, 24-22.
Rivera again. He's been tested twice already. Let's hope he learned his lesson from those two errors.
Apparently, Coach Tim Santo Tomas has a lot of confidence in him. An easy serve now for Rivera. Molate.
That's a good play. Oh, that landed on the floor first.
So FEU wins 2 straight sets, Ian. And now they're ahead 2 sets to 1 against Ateneo. 25-22. It ends set number 3. Set number 4 coming up right after these. Number 2 seeds, FEU coming alive in the last 2 sets, and they won those 2 after Ateneo took set number 1, and now FEU, with a twice to beat advantage, have a commanding 2-set-to-1 advantage over Ateneo.
All right, FEU winning the third, and they only need one more set to finish off Ateneo and assure themselves of a final seat. And FEU again, Molate scoring heavily as of what he did in the second set, both in the front, and he's in the front line in offense, of course, in that blocking department. For Ateneo, they felt the pressure as that third set was ending. But they let FEU lead by as much as 6 points. They find a way to, they claw their way back in, even got the lead from FEU, but they fell short of the mark. And of course, with with a strong play of Molate. Whenever he's in the front line, that's the time that FEU scores most of their points. And that showed the difference. And like what you said, Pareha, parang medyo nabawasan yung energy, no, in the second and in the third. And if Ateneo wants to win here in the fourth, they've got to get back the same energy that they had in that first set, especially from AJ Pareha. Attack points, FEU scoring 14, Ateneo with 11. Blocking department, we're tied at 2, and unforced errors also tied at 8. So it's still the offense of FEU, Arcaide, Molate, and even the center, De Ocampo, contributing to get that third set win for FEU.
Now let's see if AJ Pareha really comes out here in set number 4 and dominates, because Ateneo needs him to be as aggressive as possible. Otherwise, they're going to kiss their season goodbye.
Yep. Ortega getting ready to serve. Also, the reception of Ateneo made it very difficult for this guy, the setter, Ortega, to set a place.
De Ocampo to Molate. Defense, good start for Ateneo. But offensively, they throw it away.
It's outside for Teves. We have Africa, a new player on the court for Ateneo. Wilberg Africa.
Poor reception again from Pareha that time. And there is a whistle on the play, a violation against Ateneo. 2-0 to start set number 4 for FEU. That's De Ocampo serving for FEU. Teves for Ateneo. Here comes Molate. As if the blockers weren't even there.
Just like in practice spiking, look at this.
Great approach.
Ganda nung pasa dun sa butas ng block.
That's all displayed on our Shaky Slow-Mo. Shaky serving the world's greatest pizza for 35 years and even service reception. Not going the way of Ateneo here. What a start for FEU. 4-0.
Yep. And this is a very bleak sign for Ateneo right now. Parang hindi nila masabayan yung intensity ng FEU.
Well, Libero of Ateneo even had to set it up, and Teves, that was a tough shot for him. 5-0 to start set number 4, and Ateneo wants to talk things over, so let's listen in.
Sabi, alam niyo naman kung ano sasabihin ko, di ba? Anong wala sa atin? Receive. O, anong gagawin niyo? Receive. O, tama. Tara, pare! Tara! Tayo naman lang! Isa lang, sabahin tayo sa light. Tara natin to, tara! Now or never, or now or never! Tara! Gawin natin, pare!
One of the shortest talks I've ever heard from a coach who called a timeout. 4 or 5 words thrown in that conversation.
Yeah, and he knows that the players realize that it's their reception. And who do you look at for reception? It's the libero who normally, picks that stat up.
5-0 to start set number 4. Better reception now for Ateneo, but the execution down the stretch still horrible. Sandoval nearly in the middle of the net. That tip.
It's 6-0, and against an FEU squad who's moving this way, that's a big lead right now. Ooh, another bad one.
Ateneo can't seem to get anything going here. Free ball for FEU. Long arms of Labrador really allowed him to, or make that one in to get to that ball.
Yeah. This is just a meltdown we're seeing right now from Ateneo.
And Ateneo, it's now or never. They don't win this set. They don't, make it to another game. They say goodbye to their season. Teves blocked. Ortega goes the other way, and Sandoval is rejected by Conquin and Molate. 8-0 to start set number 4 in favor of FEU. terrific display of domination for FEU to start set number 4, Ian. They came from behind. They lost set number 1. Won the next 2 sets, but here in set number 4, it seems like they're in full control.
That's right. They are just coasting along this third, and if Ateneo just does not pick up their reception, does not improve, and it's going to be a very quick 4th set for FEU.
Let's listen in to Maan Panganiban.
Yes, Eric, experience-wise and skills-wise, this is a very good matchup. Well, the thing that would separate the loser from the winner is, of course, their decision-making, and that's what Coach George told the boys coming to the 4th set. A few pointers now, the Tamaros need to lock that block, especially when they're going up for a block on the left wing of Ateneo. Marami ang puntos ng open spikers ng Ateneo dahil butas ang block natin. Kailangan masarado natin yon. And Eric, we are wowed by the setting maneuvers of Paulo de Ocampo. Well, did you know that he was an open spiker before, and he was just converted setter for season 72. It's just 18 years old, and he has 3 more playing years after this season. Eric?
Wow, that's what I can say.
Wow.
Used to be an open hitter, and now converted to a... How tough is that?
Wow, that's very hard. You remember, it's the job of the coach to identify who wants for a particular position, but having someone as a hitter already and converting it, it's like starting from scratch.
Right? And in just 1 season.
Oh, in just 1 season, so napakahirap nun. But give credit to De Ocampo for getting the job done. And another advantage for De Ocampo is that he's a left-handed setter. So, pabor na pabor dun sa open sayo ng FEU.
Now, for a lot of the people, Ian, who are not familiar with how volleyball operates, bakit pag left hand, it's much, there's a big advantage if you're a left-handed setter.
That's right, because the reception is coming from that side, from the back, and if you're left-handed, you've got a better angle facing the net rather than using, if you're right-handed, you just only have one way to go, and that is to your right with a very slow tip or a fast tip at your best, no? Pero with the left hand, pwede mo i-full swing. Pwede mo itodo yung swing, and you can bring it to your left or to your right.
Service error there by Molate, and FEU doesn't even seem to feel the loss of points here because they are at the lead by 8. They got 6 as FEU unable to receive that properly. Sandoval with the service ace there.
Still a 6-point lead though for FEU, 10-4.
Alcarte. Let's listen in to Tiff Atendido.
Thanks, Eric. Just like what you heard earlier, service errors and service receptions were the main problems of the blue and white squad. Sayang ang pinaghihirapan natin kung hindi tayo at nag-relax. Let's be more aggressive, but keep your composure at huwag tayo magpapanic. Huwag tayo umasa sa errors nila para sa score natin. Let's try to revive the spark of the first set. We beat them once, we can surely do it again. Lumaban pa tayo, but with frustration on his back, Coach Timmy asked the players on the court, gusto niyo pa ba maglaro? Kasi kung ayaw niyo na, mas gusto ng second stringers at papasok na lang sila. Eric and Doc Ian.
Thank you, Tiff. It seems indeed that the intensity level of Ateneo has been going down as the game moved along. There it is.
Finally.
More of that is what Ateneo needs.
When was the last time we heard Pareha score from that quick play? Hindi na bibigyan ng play, no? But this time, he scores.
Clearly displayed on our Shaky slow-mo. Shaky serving the world's greatest pizza for 35 years. 5 serving 11. But now Pareja ends up in the back row as he is getting ready to serve for Ateneo. Intal finding a way to reach that with his long arms and puts in a hole in the middle of the defense of FEU. Take a look here. Tough reach, but still manages to get his tippy fingers on the ball and get the score. 6 serving 11. Ateneo trying to catch up. Fortunately, that time for FEU, De La Calzada unable to replicate what Intal just did. De Ocampo trying to get that point on the second touch. Here's Alcarte. That's out of bounds.
Yes. No touch from the block, and Alcarte forcing the issue. That ball was set to him very low, pero pinilit pa rin ng malakas. That's why it went to the outside.
And after leading by as much as 6 points, tatlo na lang, Ian, ang lamang ng FEU.
Hindi nagmula sa 0. 7-6-0 ba? 7-0.
Alcarte. And that breaks the rally of Ateneo. 4-point advantage for FEU. Rodolfo Labrador serving for FEU.
Wow. Africa with a running spike. That was a great design for him because he was the one who picked up the first touch. And still, the running spike was given back to him.
Tit for tat here. Both teams exchanging points. Jump serve by Africa. Here comes Alcarte. Ateneo scrambling. Flores. Del Campo to Alcarte. Woo! 13-9 off that very magnificent display of athleticism by Alcarte.
Wow. Against the double block.
Davis will come back in for Flores this time.
All right, Davis getting a rest from Coach Santo Tomas. Now he's back in.
13 serving 9. The Tams with a 2-1 set advantage over Ateneo. Alcante sends that one long.
These service errors from the big guns of both squads. Yung service hindi nila masukat-sukat talaga pag ganun kalayo sa net, no? Oh, that's too easy. That's too easy. Davis not going up to anticipate Tonkin. And now you've got Molate back in front for FEU.
That's bad news for Ateneo here. Del Campo serving. Too strong on the receive by Ateneo. And an easy put away by FEU. It seems like FEU always pulls away on the Del Campo serve, right?
That's right. He's an excellent server.
Shaky's fast serve. From Shaky serving the world's greatest pizza for 35 years. Davis uses that patented slap to the outside hit. And we're looking at, you viewers can't see it, but we're looking at Coach George Pascua. He's telling his blockers how to anticipate and how to deal with, Davis.
Overreaching. Trying to get to the ball before Ortega gets a chance to set it.
Take a look here. That's overreach. If you don't allow the setter of the other team.
That's right. Tonkin was that ball up.
Delira.
Look at Del Campo, how he twisted in midair to get that set to Delira.
16-12, 4-point advantage for FEU here in set number 4. Here's Ateneo trailing FEU 1-2 here in the first Final Four matchup we have on Studio 23. Coming up later, of course, we have the number 1 against the number 4 seed. FEU, of course, will try to take advantage in this series. Molate. Ateneo's never tasted the lead here in set number 4.
Ooh, block. And FEU having fun right now. Wow. Almost a facial there for Africa.
17 serving 12.
That's too low for
What a
Sandoval.
rejection there. Two players jousting with Sandoval.
Ortega has been too predictable right now. Not giving a lot of fakes or good opportunities for his fighters to get through the block. See, again, a double block for Teves.
Underhand set for Labrador.
No way. That's just a single block by Pareja.
And now FEU flexing their muscle and pulling away. 19-12. Ateneo calls a timeout. Let's listen in.
Patayan tayo, tapos na. Tayo naman, pumatay naman tayo. Enjoy na.
Last stretch na natin to, ha? Guys, isipin nyo, last stretch na natin ng UAAP. Tara.
Guys, last stretch. Huwag na tayo babagsakin yung bola. Huwag na tayo babagsakin. Bigyan nyo na lahat. Ha? All out na.
All out na. Last na to.
Isanggan nyo na lahat ng parte ng katawan nyo. Kahit pilik mata nyo, isanggan nyo na. Ha? Ito na, isa lahat.
Ito na lang kailangan na. Kailangan natin talaga. Hoy, tulungan natin yung Spider Sarang.
You heard the words last stretch.
Yep.
Because if Ateneo loses here, there is going to be no tomorrow.
Yeah, you're right.
It's the off season for them starting this afternoon. If they do not conquer FEU here, because FEU has the twice to beat advantage, being seeded number 2. Ateneo is seeded number 3. And they're looking good so far. 2-1 lead and 19-12 advantage. 7-point lead here in set number 4. And the officials talking with some of the FEU players. I think they're having way too much fun.
Well, they can afford to do that. They're up by 7, and they just need to close out this 4th again to get a seat in the finals. Tontian still wants to play some more volleyball.
Napagalitan ni Coach George Pasco on his way to the bench. Sinabi yata, i-underhand mo na lang.
Para elementary PE class, ano? Ooh, what a save there.
Kept alive by Ateneo. But not on the second time. That move from Beliran. Kirk Beliran has been a steady backup or, second option for FEU.
That's right. And now it's Molate with a serve.
20 serving 13. Pareja. Might be a case of too little too late if he starts becoming aggressive now, but you'll never know. Crazier things have happened, as you always hear commentators say. It's just a 6-point advantage by FEU.
They're still in this. And they've got to control the block while Pareja's right there in front.
Nice job by Africa to keep that alive. Africa is rejected, though, by Labrador and Beliran.
That was an umbrella over Africa.
Golf umbrella.
Golf umbrella talagang laki. 21-14. FEU will be content to just trade points right now.
Yeah.
Ateneo.
Pareja is blocked. Pareja tries again. Facial.
Finally, Pareja gets it. Look at this play. Pareja, step back, quick play, and Brioso gets hit on the face. Brioso gets a facial. Not the relaxing one.
Not the one from you.
Not the one from my clinic. But from the arena.
Ang naging derma niya si Pareja.
Mikasa ang pumahid sa mo.
Takes one back. Binawian niya para kay Brioso.
That's right. Ricarde. Again, splitting the block of Ateneo.
Wow, what form.
Buong balikat yata.
That's what FEU missed. Alcalde is the only player graduating for FEU. Even in Tal and the offense of Ateneo totally shut down by their own accord.
Yeah, that's right. A lot of these points from FEU were given by Ateneo here in the fourth. A lot of reception errors, service errors, and even spiking errors now.
A lot of hoots and shouts here inside the arena as people anticipating FEU to finish this off already. 2 points away from closing this one out. Make that match point for FEU.
And it's going to be a seat in the finals and still a waiting game for FEU on who's going to win between UST and UP.
Well, it seems like Labrador says, shadow pa
Ano ba eh, sanay tayo ng dalawang practice sa isang araw.
Bitin. Wala daw jogging today. Let's listen to Ateneo.
This could be the last timeout of the season.
Lupa. Tara. Laban tayo. Malimakainisip ng lupa. Bigla, di ba? You never know, guys. Tara. Kapit lang. Ha? Guys, tara. Kapit lang. Tara. Okay, laban lang. Yes! Agad din lang ako po yung 1 point. Sige lang.
Well, you definitely called it, Ian, the final timeout.
That's right, Coach Emil Lontok of UST, Coach Candoy of NU, of course, Tournament Director Coach Kid Santos, and of course, Coach Viv Isada of UP, the two protagonists, sitting in one table with our tournament directors.
Kaya magkabilang dulo sila.
Magkabilang dulo sila. Pinapagitnaan ni Coach Candoy at ni Coach Kid Santos. So, again, FEU most likely will get that first seat in the finals. And whoever wins that UST and UP match.
I hope we didn't speak too soon.
Yeah.
What unfortunate errors being produced here by FEU, and that forces Coach George Pascua to talk things over. But let's listen to
Kita ng short nun.
FEU.
Receive ko muna. Hindi tayo makakapalo kung hindi kayo receive. Di ba? So huwag kayo mag-focus sa pag nagsiserve sa kalabas. Sa receive muna. Ako yung receive. Kung ano nangyari sa receive, hingin ang bola. Naintindihan? Huwag ko receive lang. Huwag ko receive. Okay? Tara.
oh, may lakad si Coach Pascua. Nagmamadali yata.
Bilis magsalita ni George talaga. George Pascua making his re-entrance to the Final Four. He missed out last year. Pero who knows, this year could be the year that they get back into the thing with a young lineup.
And they being the only team that beat UST this season. So, you know, it's just fitting that if UST makes it to the finals, what a match that's going to be. And there it is, folks. The finishing point and the finishing touch on the season of Ateneo, and FEU moves on to the finals, taking care of Ateneo in 4 sets. 25-17 it ends in set number 4. And after a spirited start by Ateneo in set number 1, it was all FEU down the stretch. We'll be back to wrap this up after these.